If you are a manifester who feels angry when people try to tell you what to do, or you're trying to be consistent, but it's literally draining you of your life force, this video is going to show you exactly how to build a business that works with your natural manifestor magical cycles. And this is the exact blueprint for manifestors to initiate, impact, and scale without burning out. My name is Amanda. I work with manifestors who've built 6- and 7-figure businesses. I was chosen for Alex Hormozy's private mastermind, the Skool 100. There was only 100 people chosen, 5,000 applicants. And I knew I was going to get it because I had to record. You can record a 90-second Loom video to tell them why they should choose you. I recorded that thing 10 times, but I knew I was going to get it, and I did. You are a natural born entrepreneur. Only 9% of the population. You are here to initiate and create change to the likes of which the world has never seen. You have to understand that you're here to call the future into us and give us all jobs. It doesn't exist yet, though, so it requires courage and tenacity and an understanding of how your energy works, so you're not beating yourself up for all of these projects you've started and never finished, because that is part of your design. Today, we're going to talk about why you are a natural born entrepreneur, how to work with your creative urges instead of against them, the manifestor business model that actually works, and by the end, you're going to know exactly how to build a business around your natural energy cycles. So let's talk about why manifestors are natural born entrepreneurs. Think about it. Entrepreneurs are out here to find and solve problems. That's literally it. So many problems that you could solve. It comes down to which things do you want to solve and what do you want to be known for, and do you trust yourself enough to get this thing done? 70% of the population are generators and manifesting generators. They are the doers, and there are plenty of them out here in these streets who would love to work for you, but you gotta sell them the vision. You gotta inform us of where we're going so that we can buy into the vision or buy your stuff. If we don't know what the fuck you're working on, how could we possibly buy it? This is a big issue with a lot of my manifestor clients, is they have this big vision that they've been working on behind the scenes for fucking ever, and nobody knows about it. Literally nobody, because it's not perfect yet, or it still needs tweaks, or they abandoned it halfway through to go do something else. But it's just common sense. The math doesn't math. If nobody knows, nobody's going to buy. Only 9% of the population are manifestors. You are the rare ones. And I'm sure it's hard. I'm a projector. So while I don't understand what it's like to be a manifestor, I do understand what it's like to not have sacral energy and the conditioning that suscepts us to, although you probably aren't as conditioned as I am, losers. You're here to do things based on how you want to do them. You are the only type whose strategy isn't rooted in mechanics. Your strategy to inform is really to open up the channel for you and the channel between you and the other so that they can even see into your aura. It's really for them, not you, to clear the way for clear, productive, effective communication. Otherwise, nobody knows what's going on with you. That's why it's so important to inform people of things that are going to impact them. I'll give you an example. Ra Uru Hu, the creator of human design, is a manifestor, and he was talking about how difficult it is as a 5-year-old. He wakes up one day, the sun is shining, the birds are singing, the sky is blue. He's learned how to open the door, so he opens the door and he goes outside and he's frolicking around in the woods, playing with the deers, playing in the sunshine, having a grand old time. And then he realized he got a little lost. He doesn't know where he is. So he's laying under a tree just resting, and next thing he knows, he's got the police, the fire department, all these people rolling up on him, and his mom is furious, talking about, where have you been? What's going on? She was so upset. And so she gets him back in the house and she said, you are never going anywhere again by yourself. And that's what it's like to be a manifestor. You were taught that it was not safe and you were not loved when you followed and initiated the things that you really wanted to do. So a lot of your success in becoming is contingent upon the deconditioning that you absorbed as a child, that it wasn't safe to be who you are, which is sad. I know. And that's your cross to bear in this life. Every single human design has its shadows and its strengths. It is your personalized hero's journey. You have the strengths to overcome this conditioning. It's really important that you are unique to your unicorn self and you don't allow yourself to be beat down by society or told what's possible for you, because you're the only one who determines that. Your aura is closed and repelling, and it's designed to protect you and your vision that you're creating so that you don't let other people's opinions sway your next steps. You're not here to be like anybody else. You are here to be different. You're here to spark and activate change in other people's lives. You don't go with trends, you start the trends. You do your own thing. You are independent individuals who need freedom. Freedom to do what you want, when you want, and how you want it. Understand that when you are following your strategy and authority, your strategy being to inform, you experience peace. You feel peaceful. When you are not following your strategy and authority, you get angry. Usually, when you're angry, it's because you did not inform the right people before taking action. The right time to inform is once you've had the idea, but before you take the action. And you can lean more on your authority for how to make those decisions, but that's what the informing is designed to do. Let's talk about working with your creative urge cycles. You have these lovely cycles of rest and creation. You're the lightning bolt, whereas a generator is more the engine or a fire. You are lightning. It happens at lightning speed, but in order to have that level of speed and efficiency, it requires tons of time to rest, process, and recuperate. And this is something I also talk about a lot with my projector clients, because we were taught that you're lazy, you can't rest, you got to work, you got to hustle, you got to get things done. And none of that is true. Honestly, in Kabbalah, they talk about how any outcome you have, any sustenance, cash, clients, opportunities, 99% is created in the spirituals from the aligned action. And as long as this aligned action is deeply rooted in a desire for something that you truly want, because understand that anything that is truly good for your soul is good for everyone else too. That 1% of aligned action is required. To be like, if I say I really want to lose weight and I'm talking about it and I'm thinking about it and I'm watching YouTube videos about it, but I'm not willing to go to the gym or exercise or eat better, I'm never going to lose weight. 99% of that was created in the spiritual realm, meaning the desire, and you had desires placed in you by the creator force, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, that you were meant to birth into existence. That requires this 1% of action, but it's not, you're not the one hustling, doing all the slave labor. You have the rest is required. Your creative urge probably feels this manic episode of wanting to work 20 hours straight on something. And when you are properly rested, you can and will do that. A lot of times when I'm working with manifestor clients, they have the vision. There's no shortage of vision. What we usually do is we'll start and we meet for a couple hours, 2 to 3 hours, and we map out the whole vision, not really the vision, but the plan to get there. We're going to go from A to B to C to D. And then they go off, they execute, they automate, eliminate, delegate, and then they come back to me when they need help. They don't require a whole lot of hand holding. What they do require is that sounding board to be, this is where I'm going. Does this make sense? And usually they might send me a script or a funnel or an app, something they've built. And they're like, hey, what do you think? And then I'm able to come in and add my little projector razzle dazzle. And then they're on their way. You don't need a babysitter, but you do need some accountability to what you say is important. Here's the key is for you, while I believe every coach needs a coach, leaders need leaders, for manifestors and projectors who do not have access to consistent sacral energy, it's even more helpful to, once you have some systems in place in your business, to hire a VA. Automate, eliminate, delegate. Because if you are stuck doing all of this manual labor, that thing will never come into existence because it is below your pay grade, baby. It's below your pay grade. It's just that simple. Hire the help before you're ready. It's going to free up so much more mental, creative bandwidth for you going forward. Even though I know it feels you could do anything, and you can, we all have the same 24 hours in the day, and the more time and energy you're taking up doing things that are not in your zone of genius, you understand. I know you're very smart. Your energy fluctuates consistently. You're not here to be consistent. You need to create those systems that can maintain the consistency for you, because there's no one right way. There's only your way and consistency. A lot of what I do with my clients and the work that we do inside Spiritual Business School is really fleshing out what your way is. A business requires consistency and momentum. It doesn't matter how great your vision is if you're not taking action on it consistently, or you don't have systems running for you in the background doing the work for you so that you have your time to rest. Your strategy is to inform people what you're doing. It's not asking for permission. You were never born to ask anybody's permission to do anything. But if you're to make major life-altering decisions that affect them, then you need to let them know ahead of time. It would be like if I were an employee and one day I'm working away on my little keyboard, I'm in the office, all my little coworkers are around, and I get this amazing idea and I'm, oh my God, I'm going to build this badass app. So you get all your shit really quickly, you run into your boss's office, leave a note on his desk because he's out to lunch, and then you just leave. Now you've left this flood of chaos in your wake because all these people are, dude, what's even going on? Did we do something wrong? Did we fuck up? Are they going through something? They don't even know. You got to let people know ahead of time. And when you're informing us, meaning your audience, along the way, you can see who wants to come along. They can buy into the vision. As a manifestor, it's also when you're walking through the airport and you got to get through to your gate and there's a bunch of people in front of you and you put your hands on them and you're not you're not asking them to move. You're just, excuse me. Inform us so that we can buy from you. You're great for outbound marketing, unlike the other types. I got to wait for the invitation. I prefer to say creating invitations. Also, I'm a 4-6, so I'm here to sell to my warm network people. Sometimes people will come across my content and they'll binge it all and then they'll come in my DMs, hey man, I really want to work with you. But usually it takes a little bit longer. And if you're a 5th line, they don't need to know much about you in order to do business with you, which losers. But you can initiate, you can reach out, you can do cold marketing. And one of the biggest things I learned in the 100 is there's only 4 ways for people to find out about you: content, comments on other videos, comments in other Skool groups, DMs, and ads. Manifestors can also do ads. Projectors really can't do ads. It just doesn't work for us. Put yourself in a position to speak to crowds, building your own organic audience. You always need your own organic audience. That's such a huge asset to have. We're going to break that down here in a second. Boundaries for you are crucial. I believe that every manifestor requires 3 aligned income streams. Your first income stream that you're going to build first is active income. This is where you really iron out what it is you're here to do, your offer, your pricing. This is bringing a few people through your one-on-one coaching or VIP days and really finding out what they're struggling with, what they need help with, what needs to be automated, what videos can you make, what courses, resources, downloads can you make to help them get where they want to go. Then you have your passive income. So this is your courses, workshops, downloads, anything where you have now duplicated yourself in the form of a video based on what you've learned from your active income or your one-on-one clients, so that you no longer have to have that conversation. That's the right way to make a course and start building passive income. Ideally for you, it would be recurring, something that you create once and you get paid for over and over and over again. We like to do this inside of a Skool community because it is one place for you to have all of your big picture visions, VIP days, masterminds, courses, community, downloads, your calendar, everything that you need to host all of your projects in one place, and it handles the payments for you. What I don't want you to do is get bogged down by the details of building out your whole own fucking platform or website or app, because you'll never finish it. If you want to, by all means, fuck around and find out, but that's what I've seen work for my manifestors. Your boundaries are crucial. Learn boundaries with your clients early. You have certain office hours. I'm available at this time. I'm not available at this time. You are not here to be on for them 24/7. Hey, these are my office hours. Come to me then. Watch this video first. You're not here to cater to their every women need. That's also below your pay grade. You're not here to give your phone number out to everybody. Do not accommodate any extra time for calls. That's not what you're here to do. You have to set the boundaries early and before they've been crossed, because once a boundary has been crossed, now it's too late. You decide ahead of time what you're available for and what you're not available for, and you stick to it, because every time you hold a boundary, you're telling the universe, this is what I will and will not accept. Without boundaries, it leads to resentment and you can't grow your business because I built this thing and I'm growing more and more to hate every year. I can't even handle this because it wasn't built for your manifestor energy. Leverage your high energy time. So when you do get the urge to do something, go do it then. Don't wait for the perfect time. If the urge passes, it might not come back. This is the nature of ideas and inspiration, is they were never yours to begin with. They were given to you for you to birth them into existence. But if you don't do it, someone else will, and you've lost your turn. Don't put off your creative projects. Your high energy periods are where the magic happens, but only when you've been properly rested. Resting just means anything where your body is in a horizontal position, because that's what your aura requires to rejuvenate, relax, rest, recuperate. They're equally as important. The 3 income streams, just to recap, is your active incomes. This is your high ticket VIP days for when you're in creative flow. You set the terms for this. You're not the Joe Schmo jack of all trades person. You are a sniper. Your passive, which is your courses, programs, things that can run without you and generate recurring revenue while you rest. It's incredibly important. Passive income is what allows you to stay in your zone of genius. And once we've gotten our active income to 5 or 10K a month, whatever you need to sustain your current lifestyle, that's when we start building out passive income, because now you're not desperate or attached to the outcome, and you can build the things that you really want based on the feedback and what you're experiencing with your clients. So you already know people are going to buy it. People will always buy what they help to build. Remember that. You're not asking them for their permission. You're just noticing, hey, these people keep asking me the same fucking question. Maybe I should make something for them. Maybe you should. And then your neutral incomes. This is your content and or your free Skool community that also works while you're resting. What I love about a community, it's a place where you can go deep, you can curate, you can get paid without showing up 24/7, and it allows you to deepen that relationship, which you can't really do in short form content. Ideally, we have one traffic source: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. We send them to a free Skool community. This is where we sell days, courses, workshops, downloads. It's where we have our calendar. And this is where people really get to know you and see what you're all about. Your email list is one of your most important assets in business. You do not own your audience on any social platform. YouTube is the highest leverage, but an email list, you actually email list, so it's serving as your living, breathing lead magnet. That's why I'm such a huge fan. If you are a manifester, I would love to know what resonated with you in this video, and also let me know what your profile and authority is below so I can make more videos just for you. I created a 100K business by design blueprint. I will link it below this video. It's exactly where I look in your chart to help you build a 6-figure business. One of those things is aura type, which we covered here today, but there's a number of other places that are equally as important when it comes to sales and marketing. I don't want you to miss out on that. And you are here to experience peace. You're ushering in a world a future that the world has never seen. We need systems, automation, elimination, delegation. That's what creates your leverage so that you never have to work for anyone else another day in your life. I know that you have no shortage of passion. And honestly, these days, it doesn't matter whether anyone else is doing it, whether it's a saturated or it's a trend and everybody's talking about it. If you're passionate about it, that is for you. There's a reason that desire is inside of you, and we need you to call this future into us. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah.